Yeah, I want to talk about some notable moments from your career and just kind of get whatever comes to mind, what you recall from. How about 2006, Monday Night Football, Cardinals,
Arizona,
Bears, 26 tackles.
Yeah. And the one I remember is the one I missed. Anquan Bolden caught a little stop route, and we were in cover two, and he shook me. I missed tackle, and he scored a touchdown. That was we have a grading system. Our Coach Babich graded me, and I had 29 chances to make plays, and I was 28 for 29. And that was the one I missed.
And that's the one you remember?
But that's the best grade I've ever had, but it was a missed tackle, which they scored a touchdown
Well,
on.
it's interesting you say that because your high school coach was quoted as saying, like, in some article when you were going to college, that Brian could end up having a Hall of Fame career, and it'll be, at the end of his career, he'll be thinking about what he could have done better. I mean, so is that kind of...
Yeah, I think that was a great game. The best thing about the game is we didn't score an offensive touchdown, but we won the game 24-23. We had two touchdowns on defense. Hester ran a punt back, and we kicked one field goal on offense. We turned it over 6 times on offense, and we took it only 2 takeaways on defense, but we ended up winning the game. Just incredible game. I think a tribute to how good our team was, not just offensively, defensively, but our whole team was good that year.
Well, you were unable to win the 2006 Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The NFC Championship game, I understand that,
That's my favorite moment, from my career, a single game, just because it was in the fourth quarter. We beat the Saints pretty good. I think it was 39-14 or 15, something like that. And about halfway through the fourth quarter, it started to snow. Not a lot, but it started to snow at Soldier Field, it was January, That's how you want it. You're at your home field, you got the NFC Championship on the line, and it starts snowing right there towards the end of the game. You see the picture, I'm holding the trophy up, and the snow's coming down. It was awesome. The Howes Trophy,
1995, you're playing for Lovington High School Wildcats. But let's go back before the championship game. Kirtland Central.
Yeah.
An opposing player takes off on a 45, 50-yard breakaway run down the field.
He was also one of my teammates at UNM after he
really?
Yeah, I played with Jake Cockrell. I played with him for 3 years at UNM after he got done. Sorry to interrupt your story.
Oh, no. So what do you recall? Take her from there.
He took off. He broke free on the sideline, and I took a good angle because I wasn't very fast back then. I took a good angle, and I just stripped him, and then we got the ball, and we got possession of the football.
And wasn't that the kind of play that...
Well, we beat them 33-7, so I don't know if that was a huge play in the game, but it was a close game early, but we ended up pounding them late. We were good, man. We were really good. We had so many good players in high school. Good for us. New Mexico football is a little different than most places. We don't have a lot of players, but we had 9 or 10 really good football players, and we all play both ways. Because if you're a good athlete there, you can't come off the field. But it was where I played with Jake. Jake and I talk about that play when we were in college together.
You didn't come off the field in college, though, either. But
my last year I didn't. Oh.
You mentioned the state championship game. Still 1995. It's I think 3A state title.
Yep.
You're Lovington Wildcats, right? Trying to go for the perfect record, which ultimately became the best record in the program's history.
Yeah, in our school history.
But the acrobatic interception.
Yeah, we're playing Silver City at home. And they actually scored first. I think we were playing cover 3 the first, and the dude caught. I think it was on my side of the field. He caught a touchdown. I won't. Now I'll say that, but back then I wouldn't say it was my side of the field. They caught a touchdown, kind of in my zone, and then there's a couple plays later. They threw it over the middle of the field, same coverage. And I just jumped up and just tipped it to myself and caught it and fell on my back. It looks a lot better than I just explained, but for back then it was cool. It was a cool high school play for me.
But don't people in the town still remember that play? I mean, that's one of the storied plays.
It was one of my favorite plays I had in high school. I had 0 picks my whole senior year until playoffs, and I had 4. It's so weird. Through 11 games or 10 games, I had 0 interceptions. In the playoffs, I had 4. Just that's how they come in bunches. It was even back then they came in bunches. So and I had one more later in the game too. So I'm excited about that too.
Pretty cool to win the state title.
Yeah, it was cool. We won the state championship that day. Basketball season started. That was their first basketball season game. They were in a tournament. So we won the state championship that day. Got on a bus, drove to Denver City, Texas, played. We didn't play. There was 4 of us. We sat on the bench for our basketball game that night. Drove back and went to the dance that night. The football celebration dance. It was a great time. It was a big day for us.